Alright, let's start with an intro. Welcome back to Dear Teen Diary. I am Greta.
I am Eric.
The fabulous and wonderful Eric, to be precise. What did we decide this was? Entry 11. It's December 15th, 2001. If you would do the honors.
All right. Dear Diary, more and more I'm starting not to believe Tom's stories.
Gee, Greta, do you think maybe that some of it, could be lies?
Just thought you should know. But this entry isn't about him.
No.
I love Ben. More true than with Chris P. More adult than with Chris B. And with more good intent than ever with Tom. I want to hug Ben close. Never let go.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever, ever.
I want to marry him. That's sad, huh? I think I got him hard last night. Before the informal holidays dance. We were making out on his couch downstairs, the rec room technically. The big screen TV was on MTV, so we had some music goodness going on. That's always good fun stuff.
Good music.
We were I know, I was, and I think he was totally into it. Dude, I just want to be 2 days and 1 night with him, and not even for any kinky shit.
No, not kinky shit.
Just a hard on with the MTVs. I wish I was this close to Katie. Cry. But she can never talk on the phone. And she lives forever away, I swear. I'll start writing her letters or something. LOL.
Katie and I just aren't that close. She's just not as into me as I'm into her.
Yeah. Man, I'm so obsessing over Ben. I'm so glad he can't read this. He'd think I'm the most obsessive. Oh, by the way, I'm going to name you. You're now officially named Gregory and Eric.
These are fictional boys that I have made up to write to about my problem.
I'll write to both, or one of you, depending. Welcome. I pray you will both understand. Now pray, not in the I'm going to pray for you, more in pray I'm going to eat you.
I spelled pray wrong. That's not what it says, though. It doesn't say I'm going to eat anyone. Although that's what I'm after. At this point, I would eat Katie or Ben.
I pray you'll both understand and sympathize with my petty, girlish, shallow problems. You wanted to hug a boy.
Oh, my God.
And kiss a boy.
I'm really into hugging.
I can't believe that you had trouble getting hugs.
The hugs come. The hugs will come. They do. So initially, it was couldn't get the hugs. And then, I could get the hugs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But at that point, it was always sort of the bait and switch. At that point, they just wanted the one thing that they thought they were supposed to want. And then, but didn't want the stigma of being with the unpopular girl. So
really?
I was, socially toxic.
You got 4 dudes in this one entry for 1 day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tom, Chris P, B, and Ben.
Well, see, this is why it would be better if you had caught up all the way.
All right.
So this is my love list. So we have Chris B, my true first love when I was in 5th grade. He was my boyfriend. And then Alex H was my internet boyfriend. That was 100% not a 50-year-old man. And then J.S., who loved Jesus too much to date me. Katie K, who can't decide whether or not she wants to eat pussy.
Did Katie ever get into your pussy?
Well,
Is that
don't you want to know whether or not Katie and I ever get into each other's puss? I'm sensing a bedroom scene. Ben A,
who I kind of break up with, supposed to be this Tom M guy who does want to touch and did touch my vagina, and now that's better than A. And then meanwhile,
So one thing we have to totally pull out during this entry is I drew pictures of these characters that I made up. Here we go. December 15th, 2001 at 9:33 p.m. to be specific. So we have Gregory.
Now, these drawings are drawn at that time?
Yes.
This is not after the fact bullshit drawings. These are the real...
These are the real drawings that I drew at 9:33 p.m. on December 15th.
You're very precise about this.
Thank you. So this is what Gregory looks like. So
Gregory's your angel? Hippie angel?
Well, he, like, looks kind of badass, right?
Okay, right.
He's got, like, the shades on. He's got the buzzed head, but the little ponytail and back. He's got the earring, scuffed up clothes, rips, zippers.
And he's serious.
Yes, he listens, is calm and collected, very accepting and serious.
That's right.
And we have Erik, which Erik may or may not be a middle name of one of the boys I have or had a pretty big crush on at the time. So Erik, you see, looks very clean cut and adorable. But he has the little bat wings and little devil horns.
Yes, he's a little naughty.
He's very sympathetic and nice and fun and very loving. He is also accepting.
Yeah, they're both accepting, yeah.
They're both accepting.
That seems to be important.
And he's understanding. Erik was the one that I would write to about boys and crushes and write to him about Katie, too. He's almost like my gal pal a little bit. But then Gregory, I write to about, like, other things, like things that I figured were going to be serious problems.
So he's a very professional.
But he's going to be a little bit more tough love.
I see. Cool, I like these guys.
Yeah, they're pretty rad dudes. I should redraw them. I should give them, like, updated new illustrations.
What happened to them now in their 50s and 40s?
No! I could look up the people that they are or are not based off of any resemblances or similarities are entirely coincidental. I think part of the way you get the hugs is not needing them, though, to be honest. I wish that I didn't care so much about getting their dumb hugs, but I was so lonely and I needed the validation so badly, and my advice would just be like, just try not to need that validation. I tried to not care, but I couldn't. I was just so upset. And even when I would try not to care for a while, I would just how long do I have to not care for?
It's incredibly hard.
But it's kind of like you were saying with your son, who was like, as soon as he genuinely didn't care about what's-her-face, all of a sudden she was just jumping through hoops. Like, hey, I thought you liked me. Hey, don't you like me? But when he was really interested in her, she was like, I already have it. I'm on to getting loftier aspirations or whatever. And you just have to become a loftier aspiration and wait for the people to come to you. But that's really hard to do, especially if you're stuck in a downward spiral of unpopularity.
Yeah, especially if you need those damn hugs.
Yes. Okay, let's bring it in. Best way to get hugs.
Right.
Be honest with yourself about your intention and exactly what you are trying to get and why.
Right.
Be honest with the placement of that intention, whomever you are trying to extract the hugs out of. Don't be like, no, I just want to be friends, and try to get in sideways. My problem at the time was that I was in denial about what I wanted. I was willing to stick around with someone who didn't want the same things that I wanted, and I was compromising. I think if I just said, look, I really like you, but I want you to get physical with me, and if you're not willing to do that, I'm going to go find someone who is. Guys pull that shit all the time. They're like, hey, if you're not going to S my D, we're breaking up. But both people need to be ready, and you just have to be okay with breaking up. But girls can't say that. You have to come up with, weird reasons to break up with the innocent guy. You have to be okay being alone, because you have to be available for the person that is going to give you what you want, to see that you are single and available and move in. If you're busy dating a Ben who's giving you the love but not the sex, you're unhappy.
Right.
And if you're with Tom, he's giving you the sex but not the love, you're still unhappy.
Right.
Whereas if you're single, you're still unhappy, but you're available for happiness to move in there and get its happiness all over you.
So if you know what you truly want, which, by the way, is very hard to figure out.
Yes, it is.
So if you could figure out what you truly want, and then you're able to be honest to yourself about that, that's also hard.
Which is rough, because if you're like, hey, I'm dating you, I want to fool around, and the guy's like, no, you're a slut, and breaks up with you, and then tells everyone you're a slut, that's a pretty big risk to take.
That's right.
In high school when people still think that sluts exist.
Right. But if you're pure and honest to yourself, you find out what you want to do, honest with yourself about it, and you do that, you're not being selfish or narcissistic, right? You're actually being wholesome and clean and following a good path. And then other people's paths come and go, and they intersect, and they go, oh, holy shit, you want to do the same thing I want to do.
Yeah, because people say relationships take compromise. And they take compromise on, what do you want to eat for dinner?
Right.
But you can't compromise anything that's, a foundation.
Right.
Or, a major pillar of a relationship. Don't waste your time with each other. It doesn't mean you're bad people. You can just be like, hey, you're cool, I'm cool. but we're not compatible.
That's right.
And break up. It's all about being available. That's how to get the hugs.
I'd really like
and
a hug.
Physical intimacy. And once I got confidence enough to start asking people like, hey, you want to go make out?
Right.
I got to make out so much more. Thank you for coming back and joining us on Dear Teen Diary. If you missed the last entry, we're going to have a link up here. If you are looking for the next entry and a week has passed, there'll be a link down here. And what do you think, Eric? Do you think people should, like, definitely subscribe to my channel?
Oh, I think they absolutely should subscribe to your channel. And I think they should start asking you some harder-hitting questions. Because you're like one of the rare people who will actually fucking answer.
If you ask me a question in the comments below, you bet your butt you're going to get an answer.
Yeah.
And just like my video, boop, a Kung Fu movie sound effect. And that is how I end it. That's awesome.